Hi, everybody. This is Lisa again. In this hour, we're going to be having a conversation about the stock market in general. In the last hour, if you were either in the class or if you were watching us, we were reading an article about hedge funds, mutual funds, making money in the stock market and how difficult it can be unless some people who make a lot of money, they are willing to do illegal things. And so we talked a little bit about $1 billion hedge fund manager who's just this past week had to pay $1.8 billion in fines because of trading. Sorry, let me close that. Okay, so we are going to have a conversation in this hour about the stock market. So Fabio, if you want to play, you can join the class here. Perhaps if you have an interest in the stock market, in financial matters, if you have a little bit of information about it or you have experience, you might want to join the conversation. If you don't know anything about it, it might be fun to come in and just learn something new, and we'll talk about it. So hi, Fabio, how are you doing?
Hi, Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
So
How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How has your day been?
Yeah, it's good too.
Yeah? Fabio,
Yeah.
where are you, Fabio?
Bogota.
Oh, Bogota. Okay, wonderful.
Yep.
Okay.
Where are you?
I am in Washington State in the United States.
Washington, D.C.?
Nope, Washington State. It's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacific Ocean. Pacific.
Exactly, yes, the Pacific. We call this area of our country the Pacific Northwest. So it's kind of known as a rainy area.
close to Canada and Vancouver.
Very close, yes. And the biggest city in this state is Seattle. That's a popular main city. And Vancouver is a few hours away. Vancouver, Canada.
Yep.
Have you been to this area before?
No.
Nope. All right.
No.
Have you ever been to the United States before?
Yeah, I know to Washington, New York, Boston, Philadelphia.
Okay, nice.
The East Coast.
The East Coast, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I have never been to Boston or Philadelphia, but I've been to New York and Washington D.C. and lots of fun stuff to do over there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more people.
Yeah.
This area is very sparse. Not so many people. More trees.
Yeah.
Cool.
But the Washington State is many trees too.
Yes, many trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are
for
woods.
Sure.
Woods.
Forests.
Big trees.
Mountains. Yes. Volcanoes.
Yeah.
Even. Yes. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and Raphael, you joined us.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. How are you?
Fine.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about stock market. First of all, I'm just curious, what do you guys know about the stock market? What is your experience with markets? Do you have any experience? Do you wish you had some experience? Fabio, do you have
well,
experience?
I some experience with the wheat market for Target or Sears. Malls, yeah.
Yeah.
But never working there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you ever invested money in any kind of investments in Bogota?
Invested money?
Yeah.
Well, right now are a big company, a big chain, bought several stores. Right now are big companies, Chile, Chilenos, Chile,
Yeah, from Chile.
from Chile, from Chile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Those are the big ones.
there are very influence here.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. I see. And what about you, Raphael? What do you know about the stock market?
Almost nothing. I, I, I never invested. I've never invested money
Uh-huh.
because I never have enough money to invest. But
That's the first thing is you got to have something to play with, they call it, you know? So if you have, sometimes some people here in the United States, if they have maybe $5,000 or maybe $10,000, they might try to invest it in the stock market. So this is what we call, I put it up in the screen share, and this is the CNN Money website. And this is just one of many websites you could go to if you were interested in the stock market. The main thing that you hear about the stock market is whether or not it's going up or going down. So whenever you're listening to the news in the United States, they always give you a little market report. And so, for example, you can see here that it says stocks up again. Dow 16,000 in sight. So they're talking about this number here, the Dow, and that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So it's an average of all the different stocks that are considered the main industrial corporations. So if we wanted to know what that is, Dow Jones Industrial Average businesses, for example, we would talk about that. So this has 30 companies. So some of them you might know, you might have heard about, like Exxon Mobil, that's a gas company. Chevron is a gas company. Cisco Systems. Do you ever work with Cisco stuff, Raphael?
yes.
Uh-huh.
I already use some of their products.
Uh-huh. So they're a very large corporation here in the United States. So individually, when you're doing a stock market, when you're buying shares individually, they always have a price. So let's just look at one, for example, Home Depot. Do you guys have Home Depot in Bogota, Fabio, or in Brazil, Rafael?
No, we don't have it.
No?
A long time ago, we have a Home Depot or the Office Depot too.
Oh, uh-huh.
But right now, that market was bought. I don't know who company buy.
Did another company take over?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
This was taken.
Yeah. Okay. So so something like Home Depot, if you wanted to buy a share of Home Depot, you'd have to pay $78.94. And it goes up and down every day, all day long, until it closes. From the time it opens in the morning to the time it closes, the stock market, the prices go up and down. And then every day you can track to see how it's going. So, for example, this is the Dow Jones. And so what they're telling us is this is kind of like, they tell us this is like the health of our economy. So if people are investing in these major corporations, then many people think that the economy is doing well. So the higher the Dow Jones number is a better, it means our economy is growing and it's better. So this number right here they're talking about is going to be growing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. So Fabio, have you ever invested money in the stock market though? Or do you have like a retirement fund or anything like that?
My experience with invest to the market was bad.
Oh,
I
yeah,
lost, I
mine
lost, I
too.
lost, I lost some money.
Yeah.
I lost some money.
Did you try to do it on your own, or did you put money in with like a manager, like a business?
No, no,
Oh,
invert
uh-huh.
in some acciones,
Stocks.
stocks,
Uh-huh.
uh, uh, for 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 cotton, a company cotton in Colombia, Coltejer,
Okay. Uh-huh.
that Coltejer broken
Mm-hmm.
and lost the money.
What kind of company, what did you invest in? What is the type of
Uh,
industry?
right now in the
Oh, cement.
cement
Uh-huh.
industry.
Oh, okay.
Is
Yeah.
that company growth
Mm-hmm.
usually because they are a big corporation
Yeah.
and bought products in all the Caribbean
Oh.
and Pacific too,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the Pacific area, South America.
Mm-hmm. South America? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is,
I
and the other company is the foods.
mm-hmm.
There are company, don't remember but the acciones
Yeah.
is
Stocks.
increases. Yeah, stocks is increases too.
Okay. The stock prices have increased then.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good for them. Yeah, in fact, my main experience when I tried to do some investing a long time ago is I bought some Intel Corporation stocks,
Mhm.
and that's a computer, computer chips and things. And then I also bought some Cisco, and like in 6 months, I think I doubled my money. So I think I made like $10,000, but I didn't sell. So then what happened was the stock prices fell. And then I lost a lot of that money because the stock price was so low. Yeah. So that's the risk. I didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
But you
Yeah.
don't even recover what you invested.
Nope. I think I sold. I can't remember now. I think I sold before I lost everything. I maybe if I invested 5,000, I think maybe I lost 2,000. Maybe something like that. When after
Uh,
selling. Yeah. Yeah. So it wasn't a complete waste. But I should have sold. So that's the funny joke about the stock market is everybody says buy low, sell high. And that's kind of the joke because of course that's what everybody would love to do, but it's very difficult to do that. So that's what all these, websites all the time are trying to get people to, maybe if you're interested, educate yourself about this. This is one website. Oh, I don't know if I can get to it without doing this. Um, Let me see. But these guys, they are brothers, and I don't know if they let you in or not. Well, yeah, here we go. There's like people all around the United States and in the world who are interested. They're trying to learn how to do it kind of for themselves because it used to be that you had to go with a big brokerage firm, and now you can do trades yourself. So like, let's see, Ameritrade. Like for example, this is one company where you can just have an account, and then you can go in and you can do your own trading. So you don't need to have a fund manager or anything like that. You can do your own trading. But I don't know. It seems kind of risky. unless you're willing to educate yourself about it. But so Fabio, in Bogota, what do you do do you work still?
Where
Yeah, do you work?
I work.
Yeah.
I work with the engineer for industrial oil and gas. Oil and gas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And is that a state-owned company or is that a private company?
Well, an enterprise company. My master company or the headquarters is in Aberdeen, Wood Group Company, Wood Group Corporation.
Oh, in Aberdeen, Washington?
No, Aberdeen, Scotch.
Oh, okay. In Scotland?
Yeah, Scotland.
Oh, okay.
I work. The corporation is for engineer Woodrow Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Mustang in USA?
No?
Mustang is a big company for services engineer.
Okay, engineering services.
Yeah, engineering services for oil and gas.
Uh-huh. And so, have you ever considered investing money in oil and gas?
The main companies, for
Yeah.
example, Chevron, Exxon,
Yeah.
are big companies, and the first position in the bolsa,
Yeah, in the stock
in
market.
Wall Street, in the stock market in Wall Street.
Yeah.
Wood Group is a company.
How do you spell that? How do you spell that? Do you know?
Yeah.
Wood Grove? Is that it?
Wood Group.
Oh, Wood Group. Okay.
Wood Group.
And
Yeah.
it's in oil and gas?
And yeah, oil and gas.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
The Wood Group
Yep.
as an engineer.
Uh-huh.
Is that for exploration
Yeah.
or extraction? For everything?
No. We are the sense, the core. Our core is the operation and maintenance and engineer.
Okay.
And supply chain management.
Uh-huh. So do you work just in an office or do you actually go out to the field?
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, and business development for pipelines.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Throughout in South America or where?
Well, my area is Mexico, Mexico to Patagonia.
Wow. That's a lot of area.
It's a big area. It's a big area. It's all Latin America.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what is your job? To figure out where the pipelines go or maintain pipelines that are already there? Or
Design, maintain, construct, design, maintain, and construction management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how is it? Do you have to work with like the governments of the different countries to?
Yeah, I work in different countries, in Bolivia, Ecuador, Peru, and Venezuela too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you travel a lot then?
Well, right now I prefer to I travel short times.
Okay, just for a couple of days or something.
Because Colombia is in the position, the geographical position.
Yeah.
Is the center, the Latin America. It's easy to fly Mexico or Bolivia or Chile.
Yeah.
It's very easy to. The fly uh, um, take 3 hours, 3 hours and a half.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Yes.
What, like for example, what in Mexico, where do you go? Do you go to where they actually are?
The DF,
Uh-huh.
prefer DF because the Pemex, the main
Chemex. Yeah.
the main company is in the Mexico DF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
It was
federal district.
necessary. It was necessary to fly to Monterrey. Um, I don't remember the border, but the border is very dangerous. The
Yeah.
area right now, and the company no permit
Oh, well, really?
to
Wow.
stay in these areas.
The border between the United States and
Yep.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Close
near
to in this area, are you Mark?
in Texas or something, maybe? Near
Yeah.
Texas?
Close to Texas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. And do you ever have any trouble with the pipelines?
What?
Do you ever have trouble with the pipelines? Like, I don't know, do they get messed up or do they leak or do you have, how do they work?
Well, my work is I am civil and mechanical engineer. Yeah.
So you have to make sure that they're working properly, mechanically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy maybe is the
Oh,
instrument.
okay. Uh-huh. So you don't necessarily go work with the machinery.
Yeah. I have a big experience in operation the pipeline, um, and repair pipelines with attack the guerrillas in Colombia.
In Colombia? Wow.
Yeah, we have a problem with the guerrillas. The guerrillas shoot down the pipeline continue.
Really?
Yeah.
And why are they doing that?
Ha. It's necessary to repair the pipeline. It requires the army into the
Oh.
field
Oh my gosh.
and insurance the area, but the technician into
Yeah.
the area to repair the pipeline.
So like this just happened then, huh?
Yeah, we have a problem with the spill.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because while you're talking, I'm looking it up and it says attack on pipeline cuts off Colombia gas exports to Venezuela.
Yeah, I am working with that project.
Uh-huh.
Right now I am working with that project. Occidental and Ecopetrol wants to interconnect the pipeline with Venezuela in this area close to the border.
So does Colombia produce gas or oil?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right now we are producing more or less 1 million barrels per day.
Wow.
And the gas right now we are the 900,000 cubic feet per day.
Wow.
Well, the production is the consumo. Just a minute.
Okay. Rafael.
Yes.
It's the consummation internal.
Oh, that's how much Colombia consumes?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
are the gas industry is big in Colombia. We are sell to Venezuela some more or less 200,000 200 million
Wow.
200 million cubic feet per day
Wow.
sell to Venezuela.
Do you sell to other places too?
What?
Do you sell to other countries?
No, right now only to Venezuela.
Oh, okay.
We
Okay.
are according. We are agree. We are agreeing with the Venezuela. Sell the gas. Um, there are interconnection with the. But right now we are sell to Venezuela.
Yeah. Rafael, what about the gas and oil situation in Brazil? Do you know anything about that? Because speaking of like the stock market and stuff, isn't one of like the most wealthy Brazilians? Isn't he involved in? Well, is he still? Okay, I'm just reading. One of his companies is going bankrupt, but he has been.
I think almost all of these companies are going to bankrupt.
No, really? Oh no.
Yes, he's broken. It's almost broken because I think almost all of our because almost all of our promises. I think he couldn't.
Yeah, keep his promises.
Yeah, I think he couldn't keep his promises. So the investors took all their money. You know.
Oh, okay.
The investors took they took back all their money which they invested in his companies. So I think it's almost broken, and it was amazing because a couple years ago it was considered the richest entrepreneur of Brazil. You know?
Yeah. That's what they were saying. And in Forbes magazine, which tracks all the wealthy people in the world, he was the 7th richest person in the world. Oh, just like 18 months ago, just a year and a half ago. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow. So basically, it was kind of like his reputation, and he was making all these promises, and then now he couldn't keep his promises, or what?
And because most of this, I think he wasn't well assisted. You know, I think he tried to invest in some areas. He didn't have any experience, so I think he trusts. I think he trusts in some people who he shouldn't trust. You know.
Yeah.
And then I think it's one of his mistakes.
Yeah.
One of the biggest mistakes he had. So I think he owes money to almost everyone now.
Oh no.
I think he owes money to the government. He owes money to foreign companies, to foreign because he promised. He made promises of production. One of his companies related with oil extraction. Extraction of oil.
Yeah.
He promised that his company will be extracting, I don't know, I think 1 million barrels of oil until 2017 maybe, but he couldn't keep the promise because almost all a great part of a biggest part of its projects didn't last paper yet. You know, they haven't started his projects yet.
Oh.
So because due so many factors, due lack of experienced people, due lack of due lack of money because a big part of his investments was based on speculation. Or some people who promised to invest in his companies, and since they started feeling that the situation would be they won't get profits at their society.
Right, yeah, they're not going to make any money.
Yes, they promptly took the money, they took the investments. So he's broken now. He's almost broken.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it sounds like he's also blaming his team that they said here in this article that he's saying that some of the oil executives that he used to call his dream team misled him. So, you know, he probably doesn't know that much about some of this stuff, and he was relying on other people to give him information, and maybe everybody was too optimistic. And
yes,
they didn't know.
I also think that one of his mistakes of he tried to grow really fast, you know, because maybe 5 or 6 years ago, nobody knew him. Right? Nobody knew him here.
Wow.
So he tried to invest in so many areas so quickly, and trying to of course trying to achieve profits. But I think he hadn't thought in a large in a big term, you know. I think he concentrated his thoughts in a short term, not in a large term, you know.
Yes. Yes. Wow. So is this something that is reported on in the news? So like in Brazil, Rafael, if somebody is listening to a news report on the radio or is listening to the news on the TV, do they talk about the stock market or anything in Brazil or in the United States? And do they talk about people like Ike Batista and his money? Do they talk about that?
Yes, because he's still in the news. Yes, he's still in the news. We see a lot of news about him, because mostly because he also owes money to the government. That's one of the reasons some people are kind of angry with him, because we know that we probably won't pay this money. We won't return this money back.
Yeah.
And
so, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's how I want to talk. And he had some ties with the. I think one of the reasons that people are angry with him because he had some ties with the politicians, and of course, you know, politicians in Brazil are not very, very reliable people.
Yes, that's. Well, based on that article that we just read about the hedge fund managers who can pay off the American government officials, maybe the American government officials aren't always reliable either. So, yeah. So, Fabio, what do you know about this guy? Have you heard of Ike Batista? And did you ever think that Brazil was going to have more oil?
No. I don't know Mr. Batista.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you know anything about Brazil's oil and gas situation?
Yeah, the situation in Brazil is the big reservoirs are in the ocean. Brazil has import the gas to Bolivia, a big volume, and produce oil more or less 2.5 million barrels per day. Because the Brazil is very big.
Yeah. What is do Americans use the most gas in the world? Do you know? Or which country?
The big country produce gas in the world
Or
maybe it's Russia.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so produce the most oil, I guess, or crude oil. But what about the countries that consume the most? I'm wondering.
I think the USA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. Yeah, Russia and Saudi Arabia, they're the top two producers.
Yeah.
And then the United States.
And
I think
in oil, Russia
Mm-hmm.
produces 10,000 barrels.
10 million?
10 million, 10 million, 10
Yeah.
million, 10 million
I think
night.
China will probably overtake the United States in the next few years.
Who?
China.
Oh,
Probably,
China?
yeah, they're probably overtaking the United States in the consumption.
Oh, in the consumption, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I was reading an article
uh-huh.
a couple of years ago that in the last decade, the consumption of oil in China, they doubled the consumption of oil, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think unfortunately, a lot of people, when they get more money, of course, they want to live a better lifestyle. And part of living a nicer lifestyle for some people is to have a car, you know. So if
Yes.
you have a lot of Chinese people now wanting to buy cars, then yeah, it's going to increase their. I wonder how much they consume now. Let's see. Let's see if there's a list of consumers. Here we go. Wikipedia. This is 2010. So yes, of course, the United States. Oh, then the
Yeah.
European Union,
Yeah.
and then China.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, Raphael, it's probably going to keep increasing because that's only like an estimate from 2011, so that's old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Saudi Arabia consumes so much.
But the production is very high.
Yeah, but why would they consume so much? Because they don't.
Probably, I think probably to produce energy.
Air conditioning
Yeah.
to cool
Probably.
them off. Wow, yeah, that's interesting. Because I don't think they have a large population. Do
Yeah,
they?
no, right. Generation power in generation because there
Yeah.
are no hydraulic generation, and the generation is with oil or gas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Brazil's about 2 million barrels a day.
Produce?
No, consume.
No.
Yeah, consume.
Yeah.
Produce 2 million 6.
Yeah, right.
2,000,006 and consume 2,000,000.2.
Right. So pretty much Brazil is consuming all the oil that you produce in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but at least you can do that.
But I think the oil in Brazil the oil they extract in Brazil. It's not totally suitable for consumption, for internal consumption. So we have to import some oil from other countries to fit our needs.
I
of
see.
oil.
Well, the United States has to import a lot.
Rafael, how much the gallon or the liter the naphtha in Brazil?
What do you mean, the gasoline?
Yeah, gasoline or not gasoline is gallon or liter.
Liter. Yes, liter. Here is in liters. Well, nowadays it's like it's around $1.50 maybe.
1 liter.
Yeah, the liter.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Yes, very expensive. A lot of taxes included.
Oh, yeah, always the taxes.
Yes, same taxes.
Yeah.
It's the same price in Colombia.
Yes, also in Colombia.
Yeah, it's the same price.
I thought it was cheaper in Colombia, or is that in Venezuela?
It's cheaper in Venezuela. It's
Venezuela,
very
yes.
cheaper, very cheaper. In
Oh.
Venezuela, the liter, the range is more 10 cents.
Hmm.
10 cents.
10 cents?
Yeah,
That's like super cheap.
it is super cheap.
Why so cheap? Because they produce
Uh,
it?
Producing Venezuela producing 3 million barrels a day.
Okay. And but why is it so cheap?
And the gasoline,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very cheap.
But they want people to use it or what?
Well, in a long time ago, the family has 3 cars by family.
Whoa.
Yeah,
3 cars.
three
Three
cars.
cars per family?
Yeah,
Wow.
and right now that condition in Venezuela is different. Uh,
Uh-huh.
they are 2 cars or 1.5 cars per family
Wow.
because the car are very expensive too.
The car is expensive.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, in Saudi Arabia, according to this website, it's only 13 cents per liter,
yeah.
which
It's
is
15
pretty,
cents.
yeah. But in the United States, it's pretty, well, per liter, I don't know the per liter price, but it's, let's see what they say here.
Maybe 7 cents. 90,
97
90
cents.
cents. 97 cents.
Yeah.
Close the dollar.
Yeah, because it's about 4 liters to a gallon. And it fluctuates. It goes anywhere from like $3.35. It can go all the way up to 3.80.
One
But
gallon. 1 gallon equal to 3.7 liters.
okay, so yeah, not quite 4 then. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Rafael, do you spend a lot of time driving in your car?
No, no. I only drive on weekends because uh, it's cheaper. It's cheaper to take a public transport here. It's also cheaper, and here where I live, when we are disencouraged to use cars in the street because the streets are full of cars, and
Yeah.
we spend lots of money and lots of traffic, and we if we sum all our expenses in the car and maintenance and
Yeah.
with fuel consumption, it's better to take a public transport.
Yeah.
So only on weekends I usually to go by car and to use my car.
Yeah. Today I was just talking to a friend in Brazil, and he lives in Rio, and he said he just recently moved to a new area, which is much closer to his work where he works, so he can just ride his bike now, and he got rid of his car. So he doesn't even have a car now because he can ride his bike, and he lives in a nice neighborhood, and you
Oh,
know.
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, so that was amazing. Um, Even though, it costs a little bit more to live in a nicer neighborhood, he figured out that he saves money if he gets rid of his car. So
Yes,
it's
it
it's
saves a lot
it's
of
better.
money.
Yeah. Well, look at this. I looked at France. Look how expensive gas is in France. It's $2, over $2 per liter.
Yeah. It's very expensive.
Yeah, really expensive. Yeah. Europe is
Per liter, yes, more or less $8 per gallon.
yeah, like twice as much as it is here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a double by Colombia.
Yeah. So Fabio, what do you think is going to happen in the future? Do you have a prediction about, do you think we'll be able to find more oil and gas, or is it going to just be gone someday?
Yeah, the oil
Mhm.
is maybe finishing in 50 years.
50?
Yeah, 50.
And then what?
I think, but
Then
with
what?
the
Yeah.
growth, because the consumption is very high.
Yes.
The oil, the the reservoir easy
Yeah.
no exist, and the oil right now is very heavy
Hmm.
and requires the process to refine.
Yes.
It's very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago, the heavy oil not rentable, and right
Mm-hmm.
now the heavy oil is very rentable.
Profitable.
Yeah. For example, in Canada,
Yeah.
uh, explorer exploration in the sand oils, remove sand with oil and clean the sand
Yeah.
and separation the oil.
Yeah.
It's very heavy that process and very cost, very high cost.
Hmm.
Uh,
So what about
and
go ahead.
for example, in Mexico, the heavy oils and the oil very aggressive is very no so is ácido.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Very acid.
Acid is very acid. The crude
Yeah, the crude oil.
is
Okay.
necessary remove that
Yeah.
that products acid because that products produce corrosion in the in the
In the pipes or something,
in the
or?
pipe, in the tanks,
Oh
and the
yeah. Okay.
separators is very aggressive.
Yeah.
The oil
Yeah.
and the gas too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yes.
go ahead, Rafael.
No, no. We also have this problem here in Brazil. We we still we haven't we still don't we haven't the right technique yet
Mm-hmm.
to refining the oil. So we also have this problem here.
Mm.
The oil we extract it's rough. You know, it's not suitable
Oh, okay.
for use for common use. So
Oh, it hasn't been refined yet.
yes.
Oh, okay. And so is that where the investment was supposed to be? Like, where are you trying to invest in building refineries? Or
Yes, we're invest. There are huge projects here, even
uh-huh.
here, even here in Rio, and also in northeastern states,
Yeah.
and they are constructing better refineries in order
Mm.
to develop this technology of refining oil
Mm-hmm.
properly to
Mm-hmm.
use.
Hmm. Okay. So, Fabio, do you have refineries in Colombia?
Yep. We have two refineries.
Okay.
In Barranca Bermeja, in the central of the country,
Yeah.
is the big refinery, and the Cartagena.
Okay. And are do those ever get attacked or anything, or do you have problems with those refineries, or just the pipelines?
Excuse me, repeat the question.
Yes. You told me before that sometimes the guerrillas they attack
Yeah.
the pipelines. Do they attack the refineries too?
No,
No.
the refineries, no.
Okay.
The guerrillas attacks especially the pipeline, the refineries, no.
Okay.
It's possible sometimes attack
Uh-huh.
pump station facilities.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do they do
Yeah.
that just because they want people to know what their political agenda is, or what are they trying to tell people when they do that? Do you know?
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
Yeah. Right now we are talking with the guerrillas in La Habana, Cuba,
Oh, okay.
because the guerrillas uh, wants to negotiate the peace in Colombia. but continue attack the infrastructure oil. That picture is the Coveñas. Is the Coveñas is a port, main port export the crude oil.
Oh, okay.
I am working with that installation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's right there on the water. It's a nice location.
Yeah, it's a nice location. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's the Caribbean Sea. It's the Caribbean Sea.
Yeah. Is it being extracted from the water or on land?
Extractor the oil is in the onshore, not the offshore.
It is not offshore, or it is?
It's not offshore.
Oh, okay.
It's onshore.
Onshore. Okay. So okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice place right there.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
Do people live near there, or are those just buildings for businesses and stuff? Or are there homes nearby?
I work with the building sometimes. Inspection pipelines, submarine pipelines, boats, and charter ships. Several things. Yeah.
Yeah. When a few months ago on Verbling, we had a young woman who just had gotten her degree, and she was practicing her English, but she was looking to work in the oil industry as an engineer, and she was excited to maybe go even onto the platform, in the offshore platform.
Well, I work with the offshore in the facility floating storage.
Oh. And you go out there?
Yeah.
Where is it? Is it off of in Colombia?
Close to Coveñas, in this area. Close to the coast, 16 miles outside.
Oh wow! And you take a boat there or a helicopter?
Take a boat.
And you can drill all the way down to the bottom, or how does it work?
That the floating storage is connected with the submarine pipeline.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of engineering, huh?
Yeah. My company designs some platforms, and the other company with the wood group is JP Kenny construct and design facility subsea.
Yeah. So what are people going to do in 50 years?
Yeah. No, I have.
What are we going to do in 50 years if there's no more oil? Rafael.
Only the time will answer this question.
Yes.
Because the reserves are dwindling down every day. And the humanity should start looking for a better alternatives to fill these needs of energy.
Yeah. What about solar? Like in Brazil, since you guys get a lot of sun, is solar very popular for stuff?
No, actually, the first industry. Actually, the first industry. Not industry, the first station, to produce solar energy was built from Eike Batista, and it was yes, but it was just for testing, and they provide energy for just a little city in Ceará state.
Oh, okay.
It's called it's Tauá, the name of the city.
Yeah.
And yes, there is only a few energy produced there. There are some projects of building other factories, other plants to produce energy, solar energy.
Okay. Solar energy.
But they are expecting. I think it all depends on the efficiency of solar panels, because the
Yes.
solar panels aren't. They have a few. Uh, they the performance of solar panels are still low. You know,
Yeah.
I think they convert only 20 or 30% of energy.
Really?
So yes, and that's one of the that's one of the
Problem.
reasons they haven't invested yet. But
Yeah.
some like Europe or Asia, this area is very well developed.
Yeah, like I heard that in Germany, they produce more solar power than they need. You know, the homes, a lot of homes have them on their roofs like that, and they
Yeah.
sell, they produce more power than the grid needs, or something like that. Yeah.
Yes,
Record. Yeah.
and they sell this energy for the companies.
Yes.
They sell
Yes.
the energy they produce at home. They could sell this energy to
Yeah.
providers.
Yeah. I think they do that in Hawaii too, pretty well. I read. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks for the fun conversation. We went to different locations. We went from the stock market to oil and gas to Ike Batista, and it
And
was fun.
gorillas.
Yeah, then gorillas bombing pipelines in Colombia.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, see you, Lisa.
Okay, thank you
Have a good
guys.
night.
We'll see you
Thank you,
later.
teacher.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye
Have a
bye.
good night.
Rafael, what do you know about the stock market?
Almost nothing. I, I I never invested. I've never invested money
Uh-huh.
because I never have enough money to invest. What?
That's the first thing, is you got to have something to play with, they call it, you know? So if you have, you know, sometimes some people here in the United States, if they have maybe $5,000 or maybe $10,000, they might try to invest it in the stock market. So this is what we call, I put it up in the screen share, and this is the CNN Money website. And this is just one of many websites you could go to if you were interested in the stock market. The main thing that you hear about the stock market is whether or not it's going up or going down. So whenever you're listening to the news in the United States, they always give you a little market report. And so, for example, you can see here that it says stocks up again. Dow 16,000 in sight. So they're talking about this number here, the Dow, and that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So it's an average of all the different stocks that are considered the main industrial corporations. So if we wanted to know what that is, Dow Jones Industrial Average businesses, for example, we would talk about that. So you joined us.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about stock market. First of all, I'm just curious, what do you guys know about the stock market? What is your experience with markets? Do you have any experience? Do you wish you had some experience? Fabio, do you have
Well,
experience?
I some experience with the big market for Target or Sears malls. Yeah.
Yeah.
But never working there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you ever invested money in any kind of investments in Bogota?
Invested money?
Yeah.
Well, right now are a big company, a big chains bought several stores Right now are big companies, Chile, Chilenos, Chile.
Yeah, from Chile.
From Chile, from Chile. Yeah.
Those are the big ones.
There are very influence here.
Oh, okay. I see. And what about you, Ron? In Washington State, in the United States?
Washington D.C.
No, Washington State.
State.
It's on the West Coast.
Yeah. The Pacific Ocean, Pacific.
Exactly. Yes, the Pacific. We call this area of our country the Pacific Northwest. So it's kind of known as a rainy area.
close to Canada and Vancouver.
Very close, yes. And the biggest city in this state is Seattle. That's a popular main city. And Vancouver is a few hours away. Vancouver, Canada.
Yep.
Have you been to this area before?
No.
Nope. All right.
No.
Have you ever been to the United States before?
Yeah, I know to Washington, New York, Boston, Philadelphia.
Okay, nice.
The East Coast.
The East Coast, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I have never been to Boston or Philadelphia, but I've been to New York and Washington D.C. and lots of fun stuff to do over there. A lot more people.
Yeah.
This area is very sparse. Not so many people. More trees.
Yeah.
Cool.
But the Washington State is many trees too.
Yes, many trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are woods.
Forests.
Big trees.
Mountains. Yes. Volcanoes.
Yeah.
Even. Yes. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and Raphael. Hi, everybody. This is Lisa again. In this hour, we're going to be having a conversation about the stock market in general. In the last hour, if you were either in the class or if you were watching us, we were reading an article about hedge funds, mutual funds, making money in the stock market and how difficult it can be unless some people who make a lot of money, they are willing to do illegal things. And so we talked a little bit about $1 billion hedge fund manager who's just this past week had to pay $1.8 billion in fines because of trading. Sorry, let me close that. Okay. So we are going to have a conversation in this hour about the stock market. So Fabio, if you want to play, you can join the class here. Perhaps if you have an interest in the stock market, in financial matters, if you have a little bit of information about it or you have experience, you might want to join the conversation. If you don't know anything about it, it might be fun to come in and just learn something new, and we'll talk about it. So hi, Fabio, how are you doing?
Hi, Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
So
how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How has your day been?
Yeah, it's good too.
Yeah? Fabio, where are you, Fabio?
Bogota.
Oh, Bogota. Okay, wonderful.
Yep.
Okay.
Where are you?
I am. This has 30 companies. So some of them you might know, you might have heard about, like Exxon Mobil, that's a gas company. Chevron is a gas company. Cisco Systems. Do you ever work with Cisco stuff, Raphael?
Yes. I already use some of their products.
So they're a very large corporation here in the United States. So individually, when you're doing a stock market, when you're buying shares individually, they always have a price. So let's just look at one, for example, Home Depot. Do you guys have Home Depot in Bogota, Fabio, or in Brazil, Rafael?
No, we don't have it.
No?
A long time ago, we have a Home Depot or the Office Depot too.
Oh,
But right now, that market was bought.
Oh.
I don't know who company buy.
Did another
But
company take over?
yeah,
Okay.
this was take off.
Yeah. Okay. So so something like Home Depot, if you wanted to buy a share of Home Depot, you'd have to pay $78.94. And it goes up and down every day, all day long, until it closes. From the time it opens in the morning to the time it closes, the stock market, the prices go up and down. And then every day you can track to see how it's going. So